Hello and welcome to 5 News. I'm Dani Sinha. Boris Johnson has backed the head of the Metropolitan Police today, but says it's right to investigate clashes at Saturday night's vigil for Sarah Everard. The Prime Minister said footage of officers detaining women on Clapham Common in London was very distressing to watch. But he said Dame Cressida Dick had his full support, while she's resisted calls to quit. In Parliament, MPs have been debating a new policing bill, which critics say doesn't do enough to protect women from violence. Our political editor, Andy Bell, reports. So, as politicians and police debate the rights and wrongs of Saturday night, what do those who were there make of what happened? Our chief correspondent, Tessa Chapman, has been to Clapham Common today for the reflections of women and men. Well, let's return to our political editor, Andy Bell, in Westminster. Andy, still a lot of questions for the police, but also a lot of support for them as well from the Prime Minister. New searches have been taking place in Kent today as the investigation into Sarah Everard's death continues. Officers cordoned off parts of the town. Well, just to say, on 5 News tonight, Catherine Jones will have the latest on this evening's vigil for Sarah. Plus, she'll be discussing the way police handled the gathering on Clapham Common on Saturday. And she'll be asking whether new policing laws go far enough to protect women and girls from violence. That's all coming up at 6:30. Campaigners against rape and sexual assault say they've been dealt a bitter blow after a court dismissed their case against the Crown Prosecution Service. They'd claimed that the CPS changed its policy on serious sexual offences in order to improve conviction rates, and that as a result there was a sharp decline in cases reaching court. Well, Simon Vigar is at the Court of Appeal in central London for us. Simon, a vindication of sorts for the CPS, so what have they had to say? Could it soon cost money to drive into towns and cities across the UK? Well, from today, there'll be plenty of eyes on Bath, which has launched a clean air zone in a bid to reduce emissions. It's only for the most polluting commercial vehicles, but as Vincent McAviney reports, it's gone down badly with firms struggling during the pandemic. Coming up on 5 News after the break. Hello and welcome back. The Oxford vaccine is safe and anyone who's offered it should take it. That's the message from world health bodies today after France and Germany this afternoon joined a number of countries in suspending its use over concerns about possible side effects. Let's get more on this with Mark McQuillan, who joins me now. Just talk
with some figures related to this specific vaccine. AstraZeneca say 15 cases of deep vein thrombosis, less than 40 cases.
A very important message there. What has AstraZeneca, though, had to say?
Well, it said that.
Well, let's bring you today's daily COVID figures. And remember, they tend to be lower than on any other day. Well, Wales currently has the lowest weekly COVID rates of any UK nation. And while levels are still far above where they were last summer, more lockdown restrictions are being eased. From today, all primary school pupils are allowed back in class. Meanwhile, hairdressers and barbers are open for appointments. As Peter Lane discovered, it's delighted owners and customers alike. Now, it was an historic night for women at last night's Grammys, breaking records and taking home the biggest prizes. Finally, the Oscar nominations are out and it's the most diverse lineup ever. And just to say, there's plenty of British talent in contention too. You can hear all about that on 5 News tonight at 6:30 when Catherine Jones dissects these shortlists with movie experts. But for now, that's all from us. Claire Nazir's got the weather next. I'll see you again very soon. Thanks very much for watching and good night.